Please turn to page 193 for opinion writing about a topic. On this page, we're going to cruise stages 1 through 4 so that you can get an overall picture of opinion writing about a topic at each stage. This first picture on the top is something I suggest that you start right at the beginning of the year. And that is when you have an opinion, need to first figure out, well, what are you going to have an opinion about? So this is an ideas chart. During the beginning of the year, you can brainstorm specific items that they like. Why did I pick these categories? Because these are familiar to them. So when you first start opinion rating, we could look at any book that we've read, places that they like, the park, Disneyland, animals, toys, food, or movies. It's easier for us to develop a bank of ideas from what's familiar and then move on and make it a little bit more complex by attaching that opinion writing to their social studies and science as the year progresses. So at the beginning of the year, we're going to build this chart. As we build this chart, the next thing that we need to do is we need to look at the stages of writing 1 through 4, in which we're going to go from a very simple opinion to a more complex opinion. So let's look at what those stages of writing are. For stage 1, what you're going to have is just basically a book in which the students are going to have an I, like, and then it's going to have a box, and then a period. They're going to come up with their idea at stage 1. So that means they need to identify who or what they're having an opinion about. And that goes back to this chart. They think of what their favorite animal is or their favorite food, and they talk about how I like, and then in the box they're going to draw what they like. The words I like are high frequency words, so we're also going to blend that high frequency word learning in with this activity. They'll trace over the letters of the words, they'll write so they can write them out for that beginning exposure of those high frequency words. They're going to go back and read it, and then in the box they're going to have a picture, a drawing of what their favorite animal, food, whatever the topic is for that day that we're going to write our opinion about. So stage 1 is the I like book. It's very simple. Its focus is basically going to be discussing a topic and what they like. Stage 2 will turn that now into where the students will be writing everything on their own independently. And that's where they're just going to have a top part of the page is going to be blank, and then they have the lines below. And in the top part, they're going to draw whatever their opinion is about, what they like. So they may talk about food that they like, and they draw, let's say they like pizza, and they draw pizza in the top box. So what are they doing? They're identifying their idea. They're drawing a picture of that idea. So there's their organizer drawing the picture. Next, they're going to say their sentence before they write. I like pizza. We have I like pizza. And I spelt it correctly here, but they would write down the sounds that they hear in that word pizza because of developmentally where they are when it comes to writing at these early levels. So we have our stage 1, I like. Stage 2, they're writing out their whole sentence. Let's go to stage 3. Stage 3, they now have had practice of identifying a topic, who or what they're going to have an opinion about. Then they are making their opinion statement, saying what they like. I like elephants. I like dogs. What they think or how they feel about a topic. And we're focusing mostly on what they like to keep it simple and within reach of what the children are first learning about opinion writing. So we have our stage 2, where they come up with their idea, they draw it, formulate their sentence, I like pizza, then they write it down on their own. So we have the basic topic sentence of an opinion, saying something that you like. Stage 3, start expanding on that sentence and add more style and flair to it. So on stage 3, we're going to continue with what we did from stage 1, building to stage 2, and finally to stage 3. We will draw our picture of something that we have an opinion about. So we may have an opinion. So the first thing you do, here I am at stage 3, I have an opinion. What's your opinion about? My opinion is about animals. So I'm going to tell you what kind of animal I have an opinion about. Oh, I'm going to tell you about dogs. I like dogs. So I'm going to draw my dog here. I'm going to draw a dog. So I'm drawing the picture because that is my organizer. That picture I'm drawing to formulate my idea. After I've drawn the picture of my idea, my opinion, then I'm going to verbalize that. I like dogs. Here's where we're going to add more to stage 3. We're going to say, I have an opinion. I like dogs. Next, we're going to say, back it up, back it up, back it up. What's your reason why? Why do you like dogs? Oh, stage 3 is where I'm going to give my reason. I like dogs because, and at this point, I need to tell you why I like dogs. Now that's where kids have a real difficult time because they don't know what to say about why they like something, to give a reason for their opinion. In order to expand their opinions, I've developed the reason cards. Right behind me, you'll see I have in my little pouch some cards. There are 7 reason cards. There's a card for each one of the 5 senses. Then there's an emotion card and an action card. These are separate categories that you can go to in your brain to come up with reasons for why you like something. You could ask yourself, I want to tell you why I like a dog. Do I want to go with the reason why I like a dog is because what it tastes like? No. What it sounds like? Maybe. What it feels like? Ooh, that could be a good one. What it looks like? That could be a good one. So I've broken my cards up into the 5 senses, emotion, and actions. When we identify who or what we're going to have an opinion about, so in this case, we're saying a dog, I like dogs because, so we had our opinion. I have an opinion. I like dogs. Back it up, back it up. What's your reason why? Why do you like dogs? Oh, how will I figure out the best way to explain to you why I like dogs? I'm going to either use the 5 senses, emotions, or actions. So I will ask myself, I could tell you why I like dogs because of what they look like, how they feel, taste like? No, I'm going to put that card away. I don't need that one. Smell like? Maybe, but I don't think that's going to work for this one. Sound like? Could do that. How they make me feel? That's a good one. How they act or what I do with them? That could be one also. So let's go back and we'll look at the different cards. Now, as I show you these cards, what I've done is I have put myself different phrases on these cards so kids can hear examples of ideas because I don't want kids to have boring sentences. And how are they going to come up with ideas? These are banks of ideas for them to use, and then it will help them generate their own ideas to come up with more style and flair for their reason why they like, and in this case, a dog, or any topic that they have an opinion about. Let's go back and look at some of the ideas. How does a dog make me feel? So I'm looking over here. I like dogs because, here's a good one. They fill my heart with happiness. I like dogs because they feel like a close friend. So I have many different ideas for emotion words, and I go down and I look at ones that would match how I feel when I'm talking about why I like dogs. I like dogs because they are action-packed with fun when I play with them. Oh, there's a great idea of why I like dogs. What about what they look like? I like dogs because they make my eyes sparkle when I look at them. I like dogs. How do they feel? I like dogs because they're fluffy and warm or furry and soft. I like dogs because they make loud booming noises, loud barking sounds. So I start with ideas and then I can change and adjust them to fit what I'm talking about. I suggest that you make these cards with different ideas on each one so that when your students are trying to come up with the reason why they like something, you can use these as a bank of ideas. It's a fabulous way for you to teach your children how to think and also to help them come up with some language that's going to add more flair and style to their writing, that voice that we want so much in their writing. So in this case, we looked at stage 3. We came up with first, identifying just our opinion. I like dogs. Then we said, after I have an opinion I like dogs, back it up. Tell me the reason why. Why do you like dogs? Then we said, will I use one of the 5 senses to tell you why I like dogs? An emotion that I feel for why I like dogs, or things I do with the dogs, or things they do that show that I like them. We decided to use the emotion. I like dogs because they fill my heart with happiness. Then the student would write, I like dogs, right below. They're going to write there, I like dogs because they fill my heart. They fill my heart with happiness. I had with happiness there, but we can change this around. That's our starting point. So we could say they fill my heart with joy. Remember, these cards are like a bank of ideas to help students generate what they're feeling, how they think about their topic. It gives them some suggestions, and then they can adjust and change them to fit exactly what they're talking about, and it's just a starting point. So we have our stages 1, 2, and 3, where we are going to start from just a simple sentence, where they're going to basically learn how to come up with an idea. Then we go to stage 2, where now they come up with an idea and write it. Stage 3, they come up with their idea, they're drawing their picture, they're writing out their opinion, as well as expanding and telling the reason why they like, and in this case, a dog, whatever their topic is. Finally, when we go to stage 4, what I'm going to ask you to do is jump to page 192. On page 192, we have our organizer that has 1, 2, 3 lines. The top box is going to be for the opinion. I like. So let's say I like, and we'll come up with our opinion. So we could say I like, or we could start with in my opinion. So I could say something like, in my opinion, cats are great pets. So there's our opinion box. We're crossing out the book title because there is no book. So we have, in my opinion, cats are great pets. The middle 2 boxes are going to be, back it up. Why are cats great pets? Then you're going to draw your reasons why. Where do I get my reasons why? My reasons why are going to be 5 senses, emotions, or the actions. And I can go to my cards to help come up with those reasons why. So I could have, in my opinion, cats are great pets. So I have a cat here, and I write the word pets. I'm not writing out the whole thing and just generating my idea. Then I go to the next box, and I say they're a great pet because I'm just going to write some keywords, soft and furry. So I'm using how they feel. Also, I need to come up with a second reason. I'll say because I'll make a cat here, I'll use how they sound, and I'll have that purring sound. Maybe I'm going to show like they purr. They make a purring sound. There's my ideas. Then I go back and I could add my starter words. I could have first, also, let's go back and read our opinion. In my opinion, cats are great pets. First, they are soft and furry. Also, their purring feels like soft music that tickles my ears. Then we go to the end. I think cats are the best. So we have gone through our stages 1, 2, 3, and stage 4 for developing a topic. Let's start with the brainstorm. On the top of your page, you have the chart, My Opinion, I Like. For the first 4 weeks of school, I suggest that you use this every day, and then you can use it once a week for the rest of the school year. Even on day 1, you can do this. And you can say to the students, boys and girls, because we are older, being in school, we're going to now learn how to have an opinion. Everyone say, what's an opinion? What's an opinion? An opinion is what I think or how I feel about something I've read or anything in the world. So then I have the kids chant that back. Let's now look at things that we could have an opinion about, things that we read or anything in the world. Then I show them the wall chart. Up on the wall chart, I'll show them we can have an opinion about a book, about a place, about an animal, your favorite toy, about food you like, about movies. Those are things that are in the world. And when we look at a book is something you read. So today, we're going to choose one of our ideas that we're going to brainstorm. Let's choose a favorite animal. Boys and girls, I'm going to have you turn to each other and tell each other your favorite animal. So I show the children how to turn to a buddy, how to lean in, how to talk to each other about their favorite animal. Then I ring the bell, they turn back, so they're all sitting on the carpet, and someone's going to tell us their favorite animal. When I do this, turn to your buddy and tell them your favorite animal, sometimes kids will just turn to each other and do this. So I always go like this. Boys and girls, I'm going to tell you my favorite animal. I could tell you a favorite animal that's a pet, like, a dog, a cat, a bird, a snake. Or I could go to different places in the world. I'm going to jump in the ocean and I see a shark. An octopus. I see fishes. I could go into the mountains and I see bears, raccoons, birds. I could go to the North Pole, polar bear. I could go to the South Pole, penguins. I could go into the jungle, monkeys. Out in the tall grass, elephants, giraffes. I go to different habitats to show them different ideas for animals so that we all are not writing dogs. At that point, after I brainstorm those categories of ideas, then I say, turn to your buddy, tell them an animal that you like. I modeled to you different ways for the kids to come up with ideas for animals. Let's have them turn to each other and come up with ideas for their favorite food. Now, when you do food, again, you want to help kids come up with different ideas. You could say, your favorite food for breakfast, eggs, cereal, pancakes. Your favorite food for lunch, your favorite food for dinner, a snack food, a dessert food. Turn to your buddy, tell them your favorite food. So then they turn to each other and they start talking. Then I pick a stick and, Jose, what's your favorite food? And he says pizza. I give him a little sheet of paper. He's going to go and draw a pizza so that we can post it on the wall. While he's drawing that, I take out my opinion book, my teacher opinion book. I open up my page and it would be blank. And then I write out in front of the students, I like, and then I draw a pizza there. Just like that in front of them. And we all read it. I like pizza. And when I'm writing this, I go, I. Let's all stand up and write the word I. Ready? Down the pole. Cross the bridge, cross the bridge. What word is that, everyone? I. All right, everyone, tell me to write it. So as they tell me to write it, I go down the pole, cross the bridge, I. And then I just write out like. As we do this day after day, we start making our bodies form the letters for like. And I also, as I write the word like, I have them write it on the carpet. Then I draw out the pizza and I read it. I like pizza. And I put my period there. Later, for one of my center activities, the students will have their own opinion books. This is Jason's opinion book. When he was brainstorming on the carpet, he said his food that he liked was birthday cake. I don't blame him. So we have Jason would open up to his page, his I like page. He would draw his picture. Then he would say his sentence, I like birthday cake. Then he would go back and trace, I like birthday cake, and put a period there. And finally, he would read it again, I like birthday cake. So this way, he is writing an opinion. He just started school. He doesn't know how to write these words, but we want to get the writing there. We want to get the ideas down. Notice the next day, we had brainstormed, whole group, ideas for a favorite animal. All the kids brainstormed on the carpet, talking about their favorite animal. I chose a name, and a child went, and in this case, they drew a cat. We put that up on our chart while the student was drawing that cat. I took out my teacher book and this time I wrote my opinion. I said, well, I like dogs, so I'm going to write I like dogs. So again, we all wrote. First we did our body right for the word I, then we wrote it in the carpet. I wrote it down, like, and then I drew a dog with a period and read it. I like dogs. Later in the day, for one of the centers, page 2 of their book was I like, and then in this case, Jason, he liked mice, so he drew a mouse and he had I like mice. So this can continue on day after day so that the students are learning how to write I like and forming their opinions. Next, we're going to go to stage 2. When we're at stage 2, the students will have developed an opinion. They're going to say, I like, and they're going to say one of their opinions, but at this point, they're no longer going to trace. They're going to write out everything on their own. The students have written their I like sentences where they've traced them over, they're learning those words, and we now will start moving on to where we're going to have these opinions. And instead of doing this as a daily activity filling in our chart, maybe once or twice a week, we have a center where we'll do opinions. For stage 2, I would have an opinion book, but now instead of I like and a picture to draw in, I'll just draw a picture of something that I like. And then down below, I'm going to write I like, and then I'm going to show the kids how I slowly write the word out and say the sounds. This is our stage 2. Finally, we get to stage 3, and when we get to stage 3, that's when it really becomes fun. At stage 3, maybe I'm going to tell them my favorite food. I like pizza. I'm drawing my picture. Here's my pizza that I like. Next, I need to, after I say, I have an opinion, I like pizza, back it up, back it up. What's the reason why? Why do you like pizza? That's when I would take out my reason cards and I would look at, I'm going to tell you I like pizza because of how it tastes. Ooh, it's lip-smacking good. It makes my taste buds dance. It has a zesty, snappy kick to it. So I have, it's mouth-watering. I have different ideas here to model to the students. Then I choose my idea and I say it. I like pizza because it's hot and spicy. Then I write out, I like pizza because it's hot and spicy. And I write that in front of the students. And they will then, when they go to write opinions, do the same. They will draw a picture, say their opinion, and in this example down here, I like dogs. Back it up, back it up. What's your reason why you like dogs? They'll look at the different idea cards, come up with their reason why, and write out their because, and finish up that statement. So we have our stages 1, 2, 3 for how to write an opinion about a topic. Behind me are all the tools that I can use in order to help students come up with their idea, what their opinion is, as well as how to write that opinion statement, and finally expand, give a reason why. So we have our idea chart where we're just coming up with the ideas, things I can have opinions about. And in this case, many of these are familiar things that students are familiar with, so they can tell you what they think or feel about them. I have an I like sentence strip. I can say to the boys and girls, today let's talk about what we can have an opinion about. And we can slide our opinion strip up and down. Maybe today I'm going to have an opinion about a toy, a place, an animal. You have a sentence strip here that you can slide up and down, and these categories match the ideas that you had on your brainstorm chart. Once we come up with our category, an animal, we can then look at, well, what animals did we brainstorm on our brainstorm chart for some ideas, or come up with your own. So let's say I like elephants. And at stage 3, we're going to add the word because, and then we have, I'm going to either use the 5 senses, actions, or emotion card in order to come up with my reason why. So there's my stage 3 sentence strip to help develop that stage 3 opinion. And finally, you have your reason cards if you want some ideas to put on each card. This is our opinion writing for a topic. I hope that you're going to find this an exciting activity that your students can do all year long so that they can write opinions with ease and have fun and excitement about writing their own opinions. Good luck.